My name is Nina Crawford, and this is the first episode of Let's Talk About It. In this program, we will be talking about certain issues that are important to the Old Westbury community. Let's hear what they have to say. Kobe Bryant, alongside his daughter and 7 other passengers, died in a fatal helicopter crash. This tragedy not only affected the basketball community, but it also affected many worldwide. Recently, a clip from Gayle King's interview with Lisa Leslie left a lot of people uneasy about the comments that were made about the late NBA star, Kobe Bryant.
But Lisa, you wouldn't see it though. As his friend, you wouldn't see it.
What did you think about the media bringing up the Kobe Bryant sexual assault allegations?
Kobe, he had a lot going on in his life, like, for the time that he was here. And, but I knew that was something that would have been brought up. And me personally, I think that it's not as important because you have so much good that he did versus the one negative, aspect of his career. So, not that it's not important, but I feel like that's not something that should be focused on. At the end of the day, it happened. It was a part of his life, her life. It was something that affected multiple people. So, not to say, that they should forget about it, but, don't focus on his one bad allegation after a career of doing so many great things. We're not going to talk about his allegations after his death. You get what I'm saying? We're going to talk about his career, the things that he did, his family.
It's not something you should really be bringing up at this time. The basketball player said, it's why now? He's been alive all these years, 41, 42 years, and you brought it up only when the trial was here. Trial got dismissed, and now because he's dead, you're going to talk about it again? After all this time, we were making him a leader, and he was great, he's this, he's that. I don't think now is that time to be bringing it up. There's no way, they're not even burying his body, you get what I'm saying? He died in a helicopter crash. It's we already don't have Kobe here to commemorate him, and you have him as, how do I put it? We don't have him no more. So why bring it up when we don't have him, but not bring it up when he wasn't alive?
Maybe she didn't like Kobe as a person, and she sees all these people are looking up to Kobe, all these young kids. So maybe now she wants to come out and bash Kobe, saying, oh, Kobe's this, Kobe's that. Your kids shouldn't look up to Kobe.
The media bringing up these allegations, these settled allegations that are in the past, way in the past, it feels tasteless, and it feels as though they're missing the point of what has happened. It's a great tragedy that he died, and I think more attention should be brought to the good and confirmed things he's done. He's a father of 3 kids, a philanthropist, and he's changed so many lives that it really boggles my mind that at such a tragic time they could do this to him.
I'm for hard-hitting reporting. And in interviews, I believe in hardball questions, not softball questions. That said, I just don't think that this was an area, I don't think this was an issue that in the wake of this awful tragedy, both Kobe and his daughter, it was terrible. Can you imagine the scene, this helicopter hitting a mountain? I mean, they didn't go quietly. This is just an awful, just so sad.
Do you feel as though it was the media doing its job, or it was just disrespectful?
The way he passed and I guess the way it went down with his daughter, the other families involved, everything is it's still new, it's still fresh that a lot of families are still mourning, and that's not what they want to hear about a loved one who just passed. Media bringing it up, especially I've seen on the day he passed and the day after, ABC News and Pix 11 both brought up allegations and both brought up how his wife is so loyal. The day after your husband dies is not kind of what you want people to remember him by. He's done so much, and yes, that is something that is in his past. No one knows if it's true or not. If it's true, yes, that's very wrong. I mean, people have different opinions. It was 10 years ago. Things that happened that long ago have been moved on. He started a new chapter in his life. He's a father of 4. He was, and he did things for the community. So bringing it up now is not a good time.
Just diminishes him altogether. You understand what I'm saying? The news reports had it. They seen it, you know, when the case went on trial and everything. It was on the news back and forth. His wife was in the middle of it. His family was in the middle of it. Like, this is not the time to be turning him into a criminal. You know what I'm saying? We should be making him into a great, if you get what I'm saying. Like, everybody's talking about making him the face of the NBA and removing Jerry West off of the jerseys and putting him on it. Like, why bring this up? You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't see where it correlates at all.
It didn't seem like she was looking for answers. It seemed like she was trying to provoke reactions. I didn't see her looking for information on what Kobe's behavior was like, his personality. It seemed as though she was goading the NBA player into sort of talking down on Kobe, talking about, do you feel as though you're maybe as a friend you might be misinterpreting misinterpreting his behavior, maybe you're covering for him. It felt wrong for her to say those things about what Kobe was like.
I mean, I wouldn't say that it's a personal thing or like a vendetta. Like, she got a good story. It's a good scoop. It's a great time to bring it up. Like, you get what I'm saying? If we're looking at it from a journalist's point of view, then yeah, it's a good time to bring it up. It's going to spark controversy. But if we're looking at it from a point of view of he was a person, I'm a person. If I died today, would I want my wife or my girlfriend, any of them, to just sit here and be like, wow, they're talking about my husband on the news like he didn't do so much more. Like, he's more than just a rape charge, or he's more than just sexual harassment, if you get what I'm saying. We've all done some type of bad in our life. So I don't feel like it's the right time to do it.
Gayle King should not have pursued that issue. I mean, it was very bad taste considering the tragic loss of Kobe Bryant. Furthermore, if he had been convicted if he had been a version of Harvey Weinstein, and then you'd bring it up. But the case was dismissed. He was not found guilty in any way. I mean, she raises the point that the witness didn't want to, or the so-called victim didn't want to testify. But nevertheless, in the wake of this tragedy, to dredge up this issue, and not for 2 seconds or 10 seconds, but for several minutes, I just think was. And she's a good reporter. Gayle King was an excellent reporter, very close friend with Oprah and so forth. A veteran journalist. Just, I think, inappropriate.
We can assume that although few students did feel that it was unnecessary for Gayle King to cover Kobe Bryant's sexual assault charge during this time, the majority agrees that it was her job as a reporter to cover the piece. However, in the light of the death of a global icon like Kobe Bryant, his supporters find this interview to be inappropriate during that time. This is it from the first episode of Let's Talk About It.